and I appreciate that. That goes a long way.
Okay, so moving down the agenda here, you will see on Thursday a motion to approve the agenda related materials for incorporation into minutes. So, yeah, we were in executive session again for legal matters.
So we have the minutes for the December meeting in the packet, but I went back and looked at the December meeting, we did not approve the minutes for November.
I will give a copy, I'm so sorry, Mr. Gammon. I'll give a copy to everybody tomorrow, I'll send it out.
And the dean of discipline was mentioned earlier, and that's the minutes that was approved. That was approved, that's why it kind of triggered me.
So we'll have November and December minutes.
Yes, November will be added in.
Okay. Question, any other comments on that? Okay, then on Thursday, there will be a motion to approve the minutes from December reorganization meeting. Questions or comments on that? There will also be board treasurer report. Should discuss approval of the December and January general fund, capital fund, Title I, cafeteria fund, and treasurer financial reports. That is B1 in your pack. Questions or comments on that?
I have 12 questions being called in. With Keith's report, he was they're listing all of the openings we have, and he left the paraprofessionals. And thankfully, what he's saying that we are 8 to 10 short. And I know one line item in there that I was looking at bills for payment, we had $6,000, $3,000. It's all to re-indicate that we are getting substitute paraprofessionals. And I was looking at, it's over $50,000 that we're paying out. Now, I don't know whether that was November, December, January, but even if it's 2 months, it's too much money. And are we working hard enough to get some paraprofessionals in here? Do we need to look at other ways to try to recruit people, and the right people? Put that on there, the right people. Good point. Well, we'll pay them a ton of money on it. Yeah. Probably a lot more than we would be paying for our employees.
As a comment, these were the last 2 months, and no reflection on the district or us or anybody. These are charter cyber schools, $139,839, $9,000, $12,000, $3,000, $40,000, $26,000, $24,000, $38,000, $72,000, a total of $364,000 in 2 months.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that just a little bit louder so I can put that down for my documentation? I apologize.
These are just the cyber charter schools.
Okay.
November, it would be November, December, right?
Yeah.
And you said this is what we paid out roughly for what, the past 2 months?
I mean, it's not beyond our control.
Well, I know it's every school district's going through it, but I wanted to get the idea of the numbers, what we pay out for our smallest district.
$139,839 to one school, $9,400 to another, $12,000 to another, $3,000 to another, $40,000 to another, $26,000 to another, $24,000 to another, $38,000 to another, $72,000. So a total of $364,400, and that's not all of it. That's just 2 months. It comes out of our coffers to these schools. We really can't control, right? We can't even ask it what the is.
If may I ask real quick, these funds to get taken away from the general fund, if you don't mind me asking, so people are clarified. Because doesn't that take away from the in-school students though? If it's going to the cyber school, doesn't that take away from the in-school students?
We don't have to spend on our own teachers.
That's what I mean, for in the brick and mortar.
It's money that has to be put out to other districts.
I mean, that's just taking work out of our own teachers.
Well, yeah, because that puts a less demand on the in-building.
You know, the legislators just let this fly, and brick and mortar schools. It's something I've been saying, you guys all know for 2 years. It's just, and we're That's a lot of money out of our budget, a lot, that we can't even get the grades for the kids.
The good news, we think, right, that is on, you're paying the bills based off of the old bond, the old budget. The new budget passed where they capped the amount of money. It still is horrible. We still pay a ridiculous amount to these crappy charter schools. We should be paying zero. The number's a little bit smaller, so we should have a refund.
We should save about 200, maybe. We saw a big savings in the special ed side. Regular ed amount went up, a lot of the special ed, the learning school came down, I want to say $2,000-3,000 a year per student. So that's, we're over about $150,000-$200,000 savings from last year, based off the same amount of fees. But it's still,
Ridiculous.
I think, over
Yeah,
$10 million.
It is ridiculous, and you watch the news on Saturday morning, Channel 4 News sponsored by Florida Charter School.
Right.
So there's where our money is going to pay for them to put on new budget. That just burns my butt.
Good catch.
But I'm saying, I'm watching the news sponsored by the Board of Private Charters.
I think that
Really?
the other issue is the movement of kids between charter, they go back and forth.
Here's our perspective, $30 to pay our teachers and our administration and all of our people. But then they can sponsor the news, really, and I know it's not $100. Anyway, that's.
Thank you.
I have one comment.
Yes.
Under A, that's total console donation, should be $149 million. Looking correctly, the bond payment was put on that one, on this, was payment also. But we voted on that in.
And that ball payment is elementary school.
Yeah. Yeah, when they have to go on.
So you paid out $4 million.
That, it was 2.4 out of that. Yeah, we were.
And the tan, take off.
I think it's on the last one. will be-
Okay, so
It's on.
I apologize. I didn't get my package.
Yeah, then we'll get we'll pay the interest that we incurred in June, we'll send it in June. It won't obviously, once we make the final payment, next month or this month, the interest will stall, and we'll pay that in June.
So while we started that, let's move to number 7 then. So on Thursday, we'll have a motion to approve the following funds, A through J. Or we just address item A, anything else or any other questions?
So item C, the K through 5 grades and stuff, the ELA program. I think we're good. What I read was pretty decent. I feel a little bit over the AI, specifically grades 1 and 2. And what kind of came back is that we are 1,000% hitting the standards that the state sets, which I think we had a discussion the other day, that I would much rather see us get back to the foundational level of stuff, and I think we talked about that in math specifically. I would be more than happy to share you what I have. I'm going to vote yes on this. Don't get me wrong, I need to do this as well, but I think there's some more. I would like to see a little bit more shifting to some key things, like basic foundations. What I would spit out for me are like 5 key, non-negotiable, these are the 5 things that we are focusing on at grade 1 and 2. And because again, as you got, the research that I did, I don't know, that's the key, I think that's the key for us. First and second grade foundational learning is going to set the stage for everything. I'm preaching.
It goes from there.
It goes
It
from
does.
there. And if we just, yes, yeah, yeah, it is. Again, but like, there's like 5, and I have it, I'll send it to you guys tomorrow. I'll send Steve over that. Just to kind of show you what I just write this stuff was great.
You look at our schools. We're not on the St. Clair or some of those where all our kids are going to go off to college. We're not those schools. And we, through the years, thought, that's a great idea. Let's keep growing our standards. And now we're in a situation where we've lost a lot of kids. We are 33% IP hey, it's good for kids too, but still, we need to figure out a way with our education to touch all the kids, not lose a lot of kids. So, what you say, Ross, I mean, right there.
So, just real quick for clarity, so that, I was still on number 7, so that's dealing with the funds, anything there? We jumped to C, education, which is okay. We got excited. On education,
Yes.
Everything I talk about, yes.
So we're good with number 7. Good there. So Mr. Dorsey, education, I know we started with C, I don't know if you want to start there or move around.
Well,
It's open to you.
since Ross screwed it up.
Wow. I don't know if that's
I
current.
can't negotiate it any of the talking about something on the board. Sure. He stepped in, so go ahead.
What, did you want to say
I
something?
do, but go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay, items A through F, we have them all here. If there's any questions on these, we can discuss these now. The ELA that we already started with, everybody had a copy of that. So you had a chance to read through that, if there are any problems, any questions on that. By now, you should be getting back to, Dr. Martin or someone else.
Under education,
Yes.
Mr. Ross, we talked last month about getting back to basics. I'm from the old school, and I know there's teachers here. Can someone explain to me maybe on that level how 1 plus 1, how do you get to that formula? I mean, 1 plus 1 in my book, and all my life was 2. Is there a formula that the state's making us teach that 1 plus 1, you have to get to 1 plus? I mean, I'm confused. If I'm confused, then you figure it out. What I'm saying, 2 plus 3.
Udo.
I'm just saying, is there a formula? Like, do you teach that?
I'm a math teacher, and I'm a math teacher, I'm certified math.
Okay, so in today's society, because we know people in Harrisburg making these rules, never been in the school district.
Right.
And they're telling teachers how they want to teach. It's like they want you to say a word, spell it like you say it. Well, if you say pizza, is it P-E-E-Z-A? Kids, I mean, kids, from what I'm seeing, are very confused. If I'm wrong, I mean, but you got, how do you get to 2 plus 2? You have to make a formula for it. Am I right? You left your hand here.
There's no math.
Any teachers, am I right? You went, is there a formula?
Are you not gonna like break down tens and ones and then the other?
I don't know what they're breaking down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like different ways to add.
But is that the way the state wants you to teach things
Yes.
that way?
They want us to get all the
That's not
different
old
ones.
school, that's
to
not
show
like.
different students learn different ways.
And that's another messed up thing.
Whether we agree or not, we're told what, how we have this is standard.
I just wanna know, parents come home and their parents try to help their kids with homework, it's like, you can't come on, well, they don't know. They don't know, they can't help them, you guys have to help them. And if you're not allowed to help them, say the word, spell the word how you say it, how you hear it.
Well, and
There's a
then,
lot of words that are not gonna be spelled that.
then you have a 5th grade child saying, what do you mean, Dad, you can't help me?
Oh, we're going on to kindergarten, first and second grade. That's the future of this school district. So our test scores are not gonna show any progress until these kids are in high school now, so possibly old, whatever. So they're gonna go out with the numbers we have, if I'm on the right track. Elementary kids,
I mean, yeah.
but we're teaching the way the state wants us to teach, correct? So, but that doesn't make it right. Does anybody agree?
I totally agree with you, 1,000%, and that's what we said a couple months ago. Ideally, I mean, if you learn, the research that I did today, you can basically kind of go meet those standards with the way that curriculum is written. But our focus on foundational level skills and the early grades, we gotta recognize our scores may not hit that mark, and that's okay.
Right.
As long as for us, our internal metrics are being met for the 5 or 6 things that are basic foundation skills. You know, can they differentiate a rhombus in second grade? Don't care. Don't care. But can they add single digit numbers? Yeah.
I
That's
feel
what
our
we
teachers are handcuffed. I feel
They're 100%.
They're not able to teach the way they want to teach, the way they know how the kids will relate to it. We have to follow what the state says we have to do.
Somebody needs another PhD paperwork and they increase the standard.
I just thought I'd throw that out there. I'm not changing my mind.
So I attended our last, real estate council meeting, which was a great meeting. And I talked about this, right? The board feels, there are some basics, back to basics things that we can look at and continue to teach to the standard. Because we cannot not do that. like those that are doing. So I think, I don't know, I think that came across pretty clear at the committee meeting. And we had talked about adding the math component. And I think we're doing some things here in this district that other districts aren't. And I think we're having difficult conversations that they're not. So I feel pretty confident in the team. And I said, hey, whatever's out there, maybe it was just, I think we had said just the way things are structured in the elementary school, like just simple kind of nuts and bolts things that maybe we'll overlook. And what I think I said to the committee is bring some of those ideas back so we can start to discuss those things.
And I would say too, just looking at research and the science of reading, the way that we're taught to read, they're in high school now, it's like that's not how we know now that how they should have been taught to read. So we're so kind of behind the 8 ball. We're not in this district because we have put a lot of work in.
Do you think, Dr. Constable, that
We are still.
we are on the right path eventually?
I do.
Eventually.
I do. And Ms. Llewellyn can speak to that, like even from our reading diagnostic tests for the younger kids that have gotten programs that are improving.
So you guys feel that if we can get, we can move forward. Our elementary, middle school, we can all move forward with the way we're doing things. Maybe those right now, at this point, not that long.
I think so, even Mr. Leonard, some of the middle schools that are, beginning and middle year reading tests, there's a lot of improvement with the programming we're all doing with those kids. I mean, a lot more accuracy, a lot more reading comprehension. And I think the difference is the reading is so fundamental where you think, okay, our ELA score should go up. But analyzing the literature, we're not quite there yet if kids aren't reading. So you have to, it's gonna take a while to be able to get that comprehension, then be able to get this go.
And we talked about that. It's put up, it might be some time before we see it in the data. But I think we have to try some, right? Mr. Dorsey, we talked about that. We have to try something new or different. We just have to. Can be said.
Well, I mean, I commend the board of administration for knowing that we are concerned about the situation. So it's not going to change overnight. So I just comfortable that we're in the right direction on that. We're giving our teachers the tools to make it work. We have the programs, we have the right programs. And I assume we do. I'm just wondering, the old board member.
The teachers have been exhausted at the elementary level. I mean, truly, and they have put the work in, and the results are going to just continue to trend. But it is exhausting, and it was a heavy lift for them to get that off the ground.
If the parents can't teach it, the teachers have to be the one that hold this kid, these kids, they're the future. Geez, I'll be gone, but it's a matter of, they're the life of elementary and middle school. Today's society is so easy to be distracted. I think you did the right thing with the cell phone. I really do. And then everybody on that. I'm sorry, Mr. President.
No, this is good. This is great discussion. And, and Mr. Dorsey and I have talked a lot about really having an active education committee. And just today, one of the committee members
if there's problems, with curriculum, things that teachers are seeing aren't working, then hopefully that'll come back to you, come back to us, and we can start working on those things. Because I want the teachers to have what they need, the materials they need, the curriculum they need, all those works.
And to piggyback on that, I would like if the teachers really honestly do not like a program,
Yes.
try it and don't like it, I want to know their honest opinion, not a bunch of fluff. Because I know that there's worries there, that if something doesn't work, I want to know, we don't like this because, or we like a section of it because. And I want them to be honest.
And I think they, I mean, if you're like, if elementary wise, I mean, you guys have those conversations in your academic.
Too much fun.
I know Mrs. Roebuck and I had a conversation, there was a specific program that we really liked, and I don't know.
We got it. We
No!
got it.
I'm sorry. We're sitting there talking about programs up there,
Yeah,
all
we
going
got it. Fair. But we
That's good.
I appreciate it.
Great.
Trust me, I appreciate it. Yes.
Well, we had $12.5 million to spend, and I think a lot of that money was not spent on what the teachers wanted. It was worth what a certain individual wanted. And that, a lot of that money could have been so much better spent, you know, because we're buying, and I hear from the teachers, they're in. We already have a program that does that, why do we need another? And that wasn't just once or twice, that was multiple times that I was hearing things like that money was getting spent that way. And that's, when you're saying, Jamie, that you want to hear it from the teachers of something that they really don't want, yes, and we all want that. Because I know Mrs. Gibble was talking about communication. And we need communication all the way around. Protests and things, you know, go up to change, yeah, but if something's not working, it needs to change. Is that a correct change?
Creaky chair, right on cue.
Yeah.
Mrs. Dorsey, anything? else?
No, it's basically he's just approving Southwest Behavioral Care and MOU with WVU, so that our kids will be able to work in that program. Senior covered. He discussed implementation of 6-week after intervention program for identified students that runs over school, with participating teachers being compensated at $46 an hour. I think this will be something that we're going to be able to help our kids with.
Yeah.
He discussed the amendments to the high school handbook. If there are some things that we need to talk about now with that. Are there any of these amendments that are going to go on the agenda first?
I think we're looking at, I don't think, we are looking at separating the PIAA eligibility standards from exactly the social provision and what it is designed to do.
That's going to help with a lot of confusion.
I think it will streamline it. So I think conversations need to happen tomorrow in the business hours, and then we'll look at something.
It sounds good.
Yes.
Sounds good. It's been,
I think Jeremy mentioned that the reorganization meeting too, with this 24-hour agenda. We still post the agenda 24 hours. We can't get past that, but we do have the ability now to amend the agenda the next.
yeah.
For most things, I mean, I don't think there's some things we can't, but generally speaking, the narrow rules that we're operating under is the newest court case allows us to do some things, so.
Mr. Dorsey, can I jump back to D real quick?
Yeah.
And this was something that came Right, and this is something that, there will be, letters to go out to parents asking for their student to participate. And I said to Dr. Possible, it'd be great to start collecting data on things like this, just to see where we are and what we can do.
So this would be after school?
Yes, this would be an after school.
Right.
So,
How possible do you have, we offer up any transportation for physical staff?
you want to talk about that?
This, with these kids that are identified as tier three, do you want to be included?
Yeah, so basically, we have students that have been identified as in tier three intervention. So this isn't like an after-school program that we had in the past when I was in the classroom where parents sign up, they're picking their child, and then we keep them until 5 o'clock and then send them home. We are trying to strategically place 4 to 6 students with a teacher on this program for a 6-week cycle. But it only be 30 to 45 minutes after school. It's a long day for the kids. So, but transportation would not be a part of this. Parents will be expected to pick their child up at the end of the session. We're looking at doing a Monday, Tuesday session for one group of students and a Wednesday, Thursday session for a second group, so there's more students.
And correct me if I'm wrong, it is a skill based, so.
It's completely skill-based based on our obedience data, which are benchmarking we use beginning of the year. So it would mean students need support with retelling or accuracy or just decoding basic CBC words or from segmentation. We would do that based on what their needs are.
This sounds great, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about parents that can't get transportation.
That's what I was.
I would be 1,000% supporting on getting some vans to take some of these kids.
Yeah, we probably have a lot more kids participating than there was.
Especially the kids that have lived in school for and all that. I would also be, if there was a way we could get a little snack, because just like you said, it's a long day. if they could get,
Yeah, I
you know,
think we've been talking about that and snack for the kids and
Yeah.
And all of that, to my understanding, will fall out of that, right? It is an emotional remediation program, so clearly, probably.
Yeah, something maybe they'll look into.
Before would be open to be open, so. we're not-
Okay, sorry, Mr.
I
Lewis.
do want to piggyback just quickly off of, what Mr. Gannon said. So with regard to ESBA, we did send out information stating that, the Supreme Court decision regarding agenda flexibility. So it will be posted 24 hours in advance, but the board of directors can amend that agenda. And there's criteria to amend it, but that can happen. So I wouldn't want someone to see an agenda and then think that, anything was tweaked or what have you. It's permissible now.
Last one on there, item F, is just approving the dates for the extended school year, June 12th, to July 13th.
And that's for the special ed kids, right?
That's where it's saying, yeah.
Because we need to have, I would like to have this discussion tonight, so I would love to have this discussion also.
For some school, we will, and we said that's why it's on.
Because it's, you gotta come up with a better.
But Greg is going to be going on, Greg Francis is going to be going on for how long? So,
We're going to be in here until.
if we have some microphones and everything, you have to.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that everybody can hear about what's happening. Barely.
We're struggling.
Yeah. Or me sitting over here. But we have some microphones here.
Yep, of course.
Okay.
Anything else, Mr. Dorsey, on education?
That's about it right now. I would like to start working on a date to get an education meeting.
Okay.
Hopefully very much.
Sure. Sounds good. Okay. Absolutely agree. Okay, thank you, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Gates, personnel, do you want to tackle any of these? or-
NPL, if there's any questions on it, there's 2 of them for hiring, there will be C and I. The rest will either sabbatical leaves, trip, or other basis.
is not here, but, we have her agenda in front of you. Questions? Maybe we can jump in if needed. Or anything.
We're done with the E-rate. We paid us $1 million.
Message you stole my agenda.
I don't do that. It's a lot.
But you did say that the interest stops
As soon as we make it,
and the
Friday.
money we charge continue.
right, Friday, I'll send an email, we'll take $2 million out. And again, just unfortunately, we just had to do it, just to secure, just to make, we just had to do it, unfortunately.
That's our standard.
It really does.
We really did hold out, last minute. But, and thank you for all the work on that too, that's stressful, so we appreciate that.
Is this D, is this a D person? The tax person?
No.
Yeah, she's been there the past couple of years. Is she, oh, the lady who's now a senator, she quit and worked.
Okay, so we'll move on from finance then. Policy committee, just there's one item there, the therapy dogs, which we discussed.
In November, yeah.
Questions or comments on that? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to buildings and grounds.
Yeah, so we have the security camera bids, that are in the packet. I apologize for not going on that. You look at the bid, those were the bids.
Yeah, looking for some of them, on front of the next one. And Brian, he ran through everything, to ensure that what they did was correct. So I think there was one issue with one camera.
Seems like there's a big difference between the bids from low to high.
Yeah, well, the one behind, I think the high bid too many, for each of the bids.
So we'll have that on the agenda Thursday for the low bid.
We brought that.
I'm not. All right, so I got 3 other things I'd like to add to the agenda, as well. First one would be a motion to develop a committee at the elementary school to determine the requirements and priorities of new school workstations and desks. This requirement will be used to solicit bids to replace current workstations and desks for a 4-year period. I took a nice little tour down there, because you were the one who brought it up when we talked about this last month. So the buildings and grounds committee, we've got overcome by events. There are a ton of desks out there that need replaced. They are not good. They've been there specifically for wooden desks. There's some things around the edges of the wooden desks that are falling off. That's also where we had the mold last year. So I don't think we should dump this specifically. That's why I have a committee on the principal. I think with all, I would love to, if you guys know, I'm a big fan of Robin's up approach. I would love to have the teachers input along with the principal. We'll come back in a couple months, in a month or so, or 2, and come back and say, hey, here's where, these are our #1 priorities, and these are what we want. This is the requirements. That it's our responsibility to fulfill the requirements. Now, we don't think we can do this. Obviously, we can't equip the whole school at one time. We would more than have to look at going maybe a wing at a time, and then based off the priorities that this committee comes back to, whether it be the desk, whether it be tables, again, that's decisions that the guys that are in this fight every day have that bring that to us. Again, I don't see an issue with that motion. It's not costing any money right now. The second motion was to solicit bids to complete phase 2 of the paving for the BASD campus in accordance with the funding that has already been appropriated in the 25-26 budget. Right? Is that what we want? And then a motion to solicit bids to upgrade the sound and light systems in the district auditorium. I mean, Jerry gave great tour, had that over there. That's the next thing. We did the football field 2 years ago, got it in pretty decent shape. We did the gym last year, got it in pretty good shape. The auditorium, We would love to do the whole auditorium. I don't think that's in the budget, and to be honest with you, we don't even know if this lights and sound system is in the budget either. But at the minimum, we should kind of figure out what it is. It's a showcase, I think, one of the premier venues in this building, and we'd love to have it ready for the building. Thanks, Jerry, for the tour. I appreciate it. Is there anything else, Jerry, that I missed? I think those are three things we talked about.
No, there was some things on that whole thing, but that's the gist of it.
So what I'll do, Jody, I'll email this to you, and to Dr. Mahalik and to Dr. Warren, you guys have this incorporated in the.
Do we want to solicit bids for that, or? Because
I'm gonna send whatever you think is best.
when we do, well, then close, it's only cost something,
Yeah.
advertising, it,
Yeah.
if we decide we want to do this, then bid it out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the correction. Yeah, I don't want to spend any money yet. I don't like to say that we're spending money. I want basically, how much is this going to cost? Before they get a rough idea how much it's going to cost. And then go back to our grant company, see if they can find some money. After, before we go. I'll help you. It's not you, it's me. Yeah. It's not you, it's me. Okay, yeah, that's all I got.
Anything else, or Mr. Dean? Okay. Moving on to transportation, Mr. Bashir.
Okay, I'll ask the teachers and administrators help on this name. I was wondering, Rock, AFOABI, first name. Anybody want to take a shot? Last name OLASUNKN.
This is great.
Not that hard. Take a shot. Get a break, 'cause I gotta say it Thursday night. I gotta say it Thursday night. We'll fog you what? Say it as it sounds.
Oh, sorry. Isn't it all a song?
Anyway, that's
All clearances are up to date, right?
Yes.
Anything else for Mr. Bashir? Okay. Athletic committee, Mr. Clark.
Yes. Some of the bills are all, we have had questions on all this, I think he's working on some of this stuff. Of course, Thursday it goes to, the names under there. We spoke a little bit about the band director. We are switching in Fulham Country Club. So, that's a new one.
Jerry, on E, what do we pay? What do we have to pay them? You know?
Okay. And then I think you got more prices for the picture. Yeah, you want to see. If you have any questions on any of that.
I just have one thought before we finish up here. Next month, can we go back to printing front and back on the pages to save a lot of things?
Yes.
Mrs. Suarez,
I wondered why this was so thick, and now I can see it.
front and back.
Some are front and back, but some aren't.
Moving forward. Okay.
Mr. Dorsey, I think I just leave the agenda part, so you don't have to write on the back of it.
Yeah,
So the agendas are all separate, then everything else in the package should be.
yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Okay, and that completes going through the agenda. Any other comments or questions, statements from the board?
Thursday, go back in here.
Remind me the Thursday is picture.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you though,
Thursday is photos.
if you come a little bit early, maybe the new library media is going to mess. I thought we might be ready to do maybe next month. It's
it up, it's up to